What is up, guys? This is the Finesse Father, and today we have some T23E3 footage for you. This little tank is a DPM monster. Now, before we get into the game, do not forget I'm giving away a Cromwell B sometime this week. I would like to tell you when, but I don't actually know when. But it's going to happen. So, Swamp Standard Battle. We've taken the southeastern spawn and the reds are on the northwestern. The idea here is is to run the 09 line. And we kind of want to get in here and establish some dominance in this corner. You guys know which one it is. The red gents kind of post up around A8, A8, and we kind of post up around this C9, C0 area. Now, you kind of have to have a good tank, fleet of foot, to get into this position early on. And the reason you have to get in this position early on is because if you don't, those gentlemen right there are going to spot you, and then you're going to take rounds from everybody in the planet from downrange. So just keep that in mind. You don't, want to lollygag or take your time, The only reason you want to take a shot, guys, is if you are close to cover. Because if you stop going up this road to take a shot, as soon as you fire, 9 times out of 10, you are going to be detected, and then you're going to get tracked, you're going to fix it, and then you're going to get tracked again, and it's just going to kind of go downhill from there. So, if you are running this in a slow, medium, heavy, what have you, don't lollygag. No lollygagging. Get in there. Get into the fight. Because the main fight is going to be this corner right here. And a lot of times, guys, this corner kind of decides the fate of the game. So you need to make sure you get into position. Now, we have a high DPM gun here. We're not necessarily going up against the thinnest skin tanks in the world. We have a gentleman right here, put a good shot into his side. We're calling for some track shots right here. I am just kind of peeking around the corner of this gent right here. One of me compadres. And now we are going to make a push. And I feel like, once we get over here and we kind of bend this corner, we can really lay down the hurt. Because this tank is just mean. I mean, this thing, not necessarily in the armor department, but man, does it have a DPM gun. I mean, and it loads fast, it aims fast. Excellent gun on this thing. Kind of like a death from 1,000 cuts type situation. Not necessarily like the, I don't know where that shot went, the 1357. I think I'm hitting no hit boxes, or I don't exactly know what's going on here. But it really can lay down a strong amount of hurt in a short amount of time. I don't know what was happening. I got mad. I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going around the corner. We're going to go ahead and permatrack this gentleman. Let me tell you something, guys. If one of these little bad boys gets you in his sights and says, hey, I'm going to permatrack you, you are going to be permatracked. There's nothing you can do about it, because you cannot out-repair that DPM. It will not happen. So, as we see on the top of the screen here, the game is going well. It's still very much in its adolescence. We're kind of moving towards endgame, but we're taking our time about it. The Reds have kind of lost their foothold on this particular flank, and they are more or less running for cover. We have a few holdouts here being very stubborn about their demise. This gentleman's looking at me. I'm not a fan of it. Let me back up. And then he gets taken out there. Now, see, the important thing is, guys, something very important has happened. They lost their heavy tank. They lost their spotter. So they have no one over here. I'm trying to go up against this tortoise here, and it's just not working out for me. I'm not even sure if I'm connecting with him at this point. We have switched back to standard AP. Because it's just not worth it to kind of flatten rounds against the front of his armor if you don't make that commander hat shot. So now that we're moving in, we're going to go ahead and switch back to APCR and see if we can't possibly mix it up in here. Now, we do kind of have to be cautious because, you know, this gentleman right here can just absolutely hurt us. So we have to keep our mobility up. He snapped a shot at me going around the corner there, and now we're just going to kind of back up and see if we can't DPM him. He put another one in me there. He gets taken out. I do have to be very cautious because I know I am essentially beset on enemies. Beset by enemies on all sides. Good flank shots here. Good side shots, rear shots here at the tortoise. I'm hitting his side and it's bouncing, and then I'm hitting. It's crazy. I'm just like, what is going on in my life right now? I decided to switch back to AP and just permatrack him. I may not be able to damage him, but you know what? If I keep him there, somebody can hurt him. I'm confident. That gentleman gets taken out. And as you can see here, we kind of have the upper hand. The downside is they have decided to jump on our cap. And there is no one in that area. I let the fellas know here we need to start heading back towards the cap. At this point, guys, it is a moot point. There's nothing we can do about it. Conk is you know, not amused by me being in this area. I go ahead and switch to APCR once again because you know what, I am not 100% sure I can tango with this Conk and remain successful. And wow, I do not at all. I put a round in him, I think, and he kills me. So yeah, we fought and then we lost. That's exactly what happened. This gentleman right here is going to kind of put some rounds down range, see what he can make happen, but you know, in the end it's not going to be pretty because they are just going to cap out on us, and there is little to nothing we can do about it. But you know, we did do our part, and that's the important thing. You may lose the battle, but if you make things happen, you know, 2,300 combined. Guys, hope you enjoy. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.